Пятница 13-го оказалась очень негативной для президента.
Friday the 13th turned out to be very negative for Russian President Vladimir Putin. The Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe voted for a resolution recognizing Putin as an illegitimate president after the end of his current presidential term. PACE also declared Russia a dictatorship. All 43 representatives of European states voted in favor.
So, just minutes ago, we adopted a very important resolution, which says Putin is dictator, Russia is dictatorship, Putin should be arrested on the basis of warrant issued by International Criminal Court. And after the finish of this Putin presidential term, which will be in March of next year, after this, Putin is illegitimate, and all contacts with him should be stopped. And that is a very important decision. I voted for this. By the way, it was adopted unanimously. That very much limits Putin's possibility for maneuver. Putin is very toxic, and now he becomes even more toxic. So that is a very good decision.
Everybody understands that Putin is dictator, and we cannot do business as always. Europe cannot do business as always with him because he is illegitimate.
Another adopted resolution on a just peace in Ukraine and security in Europe has many important points. For example, peace can only be on Ukraine's terms. And the only way to resolve and end this war is President Zelensky's 10-point peace formula.
First of all, very important topic on the issue of legitimacy of Putin. Actually, he's illegitimate, and constituting the fact of dictatorship in Russia, which is a result of the 20 years of the illegitimate regime. Of course, the support in this matter, what is the answer? The support for international tribunal for the crime of aggression, because it was planned by top military and political leadership of Russia, and they have to be responsible for that. It brought to numerous war crimes. It's support for International Criminal Court to progress with it, our prosecutor's office. Of course, let's not forget the support to the register of damage, because all these war crimes have to be compensated to the citizens of Ukraine when it comes to material loss or even case of rape or the loss of a family member.
In addition to the adoption of resolutions, events together with the Latvian delegation were held on the sidelines of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe. On the agenda is the return of Ukrainian children deported by Russia. According to official data, there are more than 19,000 of them, and today there is no mechanism for their return.
We
appealed to our partners to help us return our children, to help us financially, technically, both government organizations that are involved in this and the government bodies, so that they raise this issue in their parliaments, vote for relevant resolutions.
The Russian government is unable to resist Ukraine, which defends its dignity. The president of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, Tiny Cox, spoke about this in an exclusive interview with UATV. He also expressed confidence that the dictator will not be able to maintain his position in relation to Russian citizens.
After 2000, we have seen that the presidency of Russia, together with the government and the parliament, have developed an ever more authoritarian way of rule. But with the start of the war of aggression in 2022, it became clear that it's not even authoritarian rule. It's a very small circle headed by the president, supported by the government and the parliament of Russia, who make up their minds. They do what they want to do. In the end, they will show that they are weak, that they are not able to resist Ukraine, which is defending its own, not only its own borders, but also its own dignity. And the dictator, supported by his circles, will in the end, I hope, I believe, also not be able to hold his position towards the citizens of Russia.
Если резюмировать.
To summarize, absolutely all resolutions were voted in favor of Ukraine, and the Russian myth that supposedly Europe is tired of the war in Ukraine is being destroyed, as well as trust to Putin on international platforms. Oleg Borisov, UATV News.